coming to you live, Cunningham's Corner, with my man, my co-host, esteemed trainer, heavyweight extraordinaire trainer, Stacy McKinley. What's up, Stacy?
It's all good, baby. Get ready to rock and roll. Ready
You
to
know,
get this boxing game going. Everything's
yeah,
good.
yeah. We got the super producer, the man on the boards, running the show, producing the show. John, what's going on, John?
Nothing much, brother. Only working out the details. We're on Twitter, Periscope, Facebook, YouTube, and Ustream right now. Seems to be working fine.
Okay, all right. That's what's going on. That's what's going on. How you hanging on down there, Stacy?
Everything's good. Just got a rainy day today. But other than that, I've been watching fight films and stuff like that. Always try
Yeah.
to step with my boxing, watching old fight films and stuff like that. Yeah. Keep me
Yeah,
busy.
what? Yeah, this rain is. I guess this rain is preventing them from getting out there on the beaches. The beaches was packed yesterday, so that rain, I guess, kind of trying to shut them down a little bit. What you think?
Yeah, the beaches was packed, but down in Miami, there wasn't a whole lot of people down on South Beach yesterday. I mean,
Yeah, 'cause I don't think they really opened up Miami yet. I think it's next
uh-huh.
week. I think
Yeah, I
it's next
saw
week.
two people might have been tourists. I drove through there. I said, well, I don't see nobody, so it still had us closed down. But it's kind of weird not seeing people down on Labor Day weekend. It's packed.
Yeah. How they doing up in Jacksonville, John?
Everything's wide open, man. This is hillbilly America, brother. Hillbilly. We never close down, man. COVID or no COVID, man. Beaches open, massage parlors open, gyms are open, restaurants are open. Every damn thing is open. Everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Also, restaurants are open too.
Wide open, brother. Go in and get what you want. Whatever you
Wow.
want, man.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to go to the
John,
gym, but
John,
my wife won't let me
John,
go.
Won't you share that? I'm on my Facebook page. Won't you share the show to my Facebook?
Okay.
Page?
All right, man.
But yeah. So Jacksonville, and the beaches were pretty packed. I saw on CNN that it was pretty packed in Jacksonville yesterday. So
Wall to wall, man. Wall
Yeah.
to wall. Hell yeah.
yeah. And these people, hey man, look, people been in the house for 2 months, and it's like everybody's got cabin fever, I guess.
They want to get out. Can't keep them in forever, man.
No.
You can't do that. I saw they were trying to get that golf going down there. But it was raining at 3 o'clock when I turned it on. It was pouring rain, and Peyton Manning was.
Is that today?
Yeah, it was on at 3 o'clock. Yeah,
Tiger Woods and
Tiger Woods against Tiger Woods and Peyton Manning versus Tom Brady and what's his name there, the lefty guy.
yeah.
Yeah, but it was pouring rain, man. Is it raining down there?
Yeah, it's raining.
Yeah.
Raining. Not it's
Yeah, it's
a
raining
steady. Yeah, it's a steady drift.
The one damn sporting event that can go on, and they got to pick today to do it. It's crazy.
Yeah. I'm still waiting on you to push that over to
Yeah,
the Facebook page.
it's a little slow going here.
Yeah, but I guess I don't see where I can. It won't let me share it from Cunningham's Corner, but it's all good. We'll make it do what it do. Yeah, Stacy. So you guys you got a date coming up for Trevor?
No, we don't have a date yet, but we're working on some things, and look like maybe mid-August, first of September, somewhere along there. We got to see what happens when they open up in Europe. They got this travel ban on, so Shah is not able to travel right now, and he's got to wait and see if the president gonna open up this travel ban so we can get this thing on the road. We're just working on it. We're still training every day and biding our time. Still got problems.
Right. So you still they got the travel ban with Shaw. He can't even, if they want to do the fight in the United States, he couldn't even get over here, huh?
Yeah, well, he just so much going on, man. And it's hard to cipher through all this, but only thing we can do is continue to train, because basically is out of our hand, really. We just training, looking for August and September. Get this belt and get it, get it out of the way, man. But there's nothing we can do except for training.
That's something, man. That's something.
Yeah, we need to get that belt over here so we can go to work with that championship. They contact us. WBA contact everybody and told them to get the COVID-19 test done and all this type of thing. And I guess we got to have a card saying that we had a test done, but I don't think they realized we had a test done today. Tomorrow you can track some stuff. So, but we got to follow suit. That's all. We're just gonna do what they ask us. Everything will be all right.
Well, I mean, all you could do is do what they ask you to do. That's all you could do.
Yep.
Can't do no more than that.
What's it look like for the travel to Europe, and when's it going to start happening again?
Yeah. Yeah. You say what? We say what, John?
I said to Stacy, what are they giving you indications of when travel's going to happen again? I mean,
well, we got to wait on the president for that. So they can't. They can't. The governing bodies can't do it, but the president got to make that move.
He's pretty anxious to get it done. I mean, that's what I'm watching, man. He wants this stuff to happen. So, geez, I saw Hertz rental car filed for bankruptcy, man. It is hurting this travel industry. They got to get this going, man, or stuff's going to start collapsing here left and right.
Really? Hertz?
Yeah.
Hertz? Wow.
Yeah, how could that happen, man? I don't know.
Yeah.
Filed for bankruptcy, man. They're huge in debt because they got to pay for all those cars. They have like 300-something thousand cars, and none of them are being rented. So, man, you got to get this stuff open. I mean, my business is wide open, man. All our sleep centers are open. We got people coming in. We're a medical company, but we are wide open, man. We are almost back 50% to where we were in March. So, and that's really good. So we might be by September at full strength, and people are getting medical stuff done. They don't want to wait around. We treat people with sleep apnea, and that's a real issue for people, and it can't wait. People have got to get their equipment. They got to get their stuff. They got to get sleep. That's so. And the rest of Jacksonville's like that. Everything's open, man. Nobody's waiting around for stuff. I mean, there's only been just under 40 people have died here in Jacksonville. The numbers aren't huge. My dad lives in Glynn County, which is in Georgia, just on the other side of the border. They've had one death. So, what can you say? If nobody's dying, you can't tell people to stay inside. You know what I mean? But I think everything's going to explode here. The Florida Commission seems to be pretty open to wanting to do stuff here, and everybody else is starting to talk about it now. And so I think it's going to happen pretty soon here. As long as the commission doesn't think there's any risk and they can test all the fighters before they go in the ring, which they can. I don't see why they're not wanting to do it. It's Christy Martin just moved up her date on her show. Well, she moved it. She moved it twice already, but I think it's July. I think it's in July. She's looking at here in St. Augustine. So, I mean, people are going to try to get it done.
I talked with her a week or so ago about that show. I had a kid that I was going to put on that show, but she was telling me that she may not be able to go through with the show because the commissioner told her that it would cost $120 for the cornerman, and the fighters has to be tested. So you're looking at maybe another $1,000 per bout, and I don't know I don't know how she's gonna make her money back.
Yeah, well, I mean, she's in a really bad position because she's trying to do it on pay-per-view on the internet, right. And she's going to get 100 buys for that thing. On a good day, she might get 200 buys at whatever she's charging. I think it's $14.95 or $17.95, but you got no revenue. So if you're doing it, you better have a TV deal that's going to cover your people.
Absolutely.
She with that kind of a thing, she could probably get a local TV station to pay her some money to do it, to broadcast it. You just have to have the right TV. They're not going to pay for the TV crew. Nobody's doing that for free, but she could do that. They might throw her a few bucks at least to cover it. That would probably be a good thing for them. But we'll see. I mean, this kind of a local promotion. You're really going to struggle because you don't have an audience there that's paying, and local shows are driven 100% by sponsorship and by tickets. Nobody. I've done a bunch of streaming over the years. Almost 10 years now I've been streaming, and even the biggest. When I had Roy Jones, I did a fight in Atlanta. He only had 550 buys, and this was in 2012, I think it was. 550 buys for Roy Jones, and Roy didn't fight cheap. I can tell you that much. So it's a tough sell on the internet unless if they were really smart, somebody like Christie would push the feed out to DAZN, and DAZN would definitely be able to pay them some money because they've got subscription built in. I don't know if ESPN would do it, but DAZN probably would. Then she could probably get some money back from it. That's a fight that's probably worth $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 in TV rights through DAZN.
Yeah, I think she's what's the price? What's the pay-per-view price?
It's either 14 or 17, something like that. I saw it.
Yeah, I thought it was like $14.99.
Yeah,
yes,
yes, it is.
Yeah,
but
that might still be kind of tough, man. I mean, you don't have a marquee name.
Yeah.
I mean, even like an old guy with a a former champion or some kind of name, because you when you asking people to hit that button and spend that money for pay-per-view, they gotta see something that they're familiar with.
Yeah,
for
sure. Because all you're going to get is the relatives of the fighters buying it on pay-per-view. That's it. I've done these shows on pay-per-view, and they don't get buys. People just don't buy them unless it's you can look at the buys. Like one of these fights I did up in Georgia, I'm trying to think of that female fighter. You might know her. You guys might know her. I televised Amanda Serrano way before she was champion.
Right.
But that was on free over the internet. But the other girl, God, I can't think of her name. She's a Latino. She trained in Mayweather's gym. I can't think of her name. But Cornejo, is that how you say it? Cornejo, Cornejo, her name. We did that. We did a pay-per-view, and there was like 15 buys, and 14 of them were her family because
wow,
it was just her family, and one other guy bought it for this guy up in Georgia. And I told him, I said, dude, do not do this on pay-per-view. He's like, no, I'm going to get thousands of buys. I go, no, it's not. It doesn't just happen because it's on the internet. You got to have a name, like Kevin said. Got to have a name. And we actually had on that fight, it was Giorbis Barthélemy versus and he bit the other guy on the ear. It was like a Mike Tyson. He bit him on the neck or something. But it had 15 buys, and that's all you're ever going to get. I mean, you're just not going to get it unless, like I said, even with Roy Jones on there in 2012, not too far removed from him being a champion, all he could get was 550 buys. So it's a tough sell to do internet. Your best bet is to get on with DAZN or ESPN. ESPN's going to have ridiculous television requirements, but DAZN might take a stream, like a show that I could do with 3 or 4 cameras and a couple of guys like you guys doing the play-by-play or something, that they would do that. But you got to make that deal in advance. DAZN doesn't have anything on, so they probably take whatever they could get. They're bleeding at the seams on these subscriptions right now because I shut mine off. I mean, it expired and it's off. So
yeah, I think they're gonna get back started. I'm thinking they're doing Ryan Garcia, July 4. So that's supposed to be the first show coming back. So, I think a lot of people probably have canceled their subscriptions to DAZN.
I did. I did,
especially during the pandemic. Yep. So
yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna get started with the first topic of the day, and that's the big news that dropped last week with Earl Spence making an announcement that he'll be fighting Danny Garcia this fall, September, October. So that was big news. I mean, most people thought he was going to probably take like a little soft touch tune-up fight, since he was, involved in that bad accident, that he would come back with a soft touch. And he said, no, that ain't what I'm trying to do. I want to fight one of the top guys. So from you know from the looks of things, he meant business, and he's coming back with Danny Garcia. What you think about that, Stacy?
Right. It's hard to say, man. It's very hard to say because I got to look at both sides of the coin when you're talking about that. Because first of all, I haven't seen him inspire anything. I haven't seen him in action except working the pass and this type of thing. Pass don't punch back. So he's in a terrible car accident and he sustained some injuries. He had swollen head and this type of thing. But it's a gamble. It's a gamble he's taking to fight Danny Garcia, as opposed to fighting somebody like Terrence Crawford, a major fight like that, where it would be worth it to be fighting a big fight like that. But it is a gamble, and he may come out on top. I don't know, but there's a possibility that he may not be that same guy. So it's a gamble, and gambling in this business, you got to be real careful. But that's what he's going to do. I'm surprised if they're doing it, but that's between the management and the promoter. Maybe they see something, and maybe they can't get Crawford fight. So I don't know. So they're going for what they can get.
So you really think this is a real risk to even you would prefer going right into the big fight with Terrence Crawford as opposed to taking a chance on coming back with a comeback. It's not a tune-up because Danny Garcia is not a tune-up, but it's his comeback fight from the accident. You would rather just go into the big super mega fight with Terrence Crawford. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, if you're going to go and fight Danny Garcia, and why would you go take a chance on a fight like that, a tough fight, and you really don't know where you are, as opposed to going straight into the big fight? Mm-hmm. I mean, it's to me, as I did some promotion myself. As a promoter in my investment, I would go for the big fight because you really don't know what you got. The man can talk and say anything he wants to, but you really don't know what you got after this accident. So you got to take all this stuff in consideration when you're trying to do the big fights. So I would go straight into the big fight myself. That's what I would do if I could make it. If I could make the big fight.
Yeah. Well, I like the fact that he's fighting Danny Garcia, because Danny Garcia is, if there's anything, if he's suffering any ill effects from that car accident, Danny's a solid enough guy to where it's gonna get exposed. He's gonna bring it out. If there's any ill effects from that car accident, Danny's gonna bring it out of him. And so I like the fact that Earl is taking a stance and saying that, hey, I'm coming back, and I'm coming back fighting one of the best out there. So that he's taking that position. I understand what you're saying too, though, Stacy. That from a promoter standpoint, I would, they must know something, because why would they take that risk? They, somebody, they've gotten, I believe PBC has gotten a report back that Earl is pretty much on par with his old self, and he's not really suffering any ill effects, and he's gonna be his same old self once he gets in enough training, and he'll be ready to go with the elite guys. I believe they've gotten some kind of report back like that, because I don't see them taking a chance like this if everything wasn't checking out of the camp. And now that they're doing that, I like the fight. And now that Earl is fighting Danny, I'd like to see Terrence Crawford fight Sean Porter. And then I think you if Earl takes care of Danny Garcia and Crawford takes care of Sean Porter, then you'll have a swell of demanding the Spence Crawford fight. What do you think, Stacey?
You got all now as in terms of Crawford and Sean Porter. I mean, I got Crawford beating him in that fight. It's a tough fight, but I got him beating because it's a different type of gamble. I mean, he could lose. He can very well lose to Sean Porter, but I doubt it. But he could. But there's a different type of gamble. different type of gamble going on here. I think that Dylan, my way of thinking is because I've been working with Don King for the last 25 or 30 years and been in major fights and this type of thing. So I pretty much know the way that he thinks as a promoter. And as a promoter, I will guarantee you that he wouldn't make that fight. That he would go for the big fight. I will guarantee you that. So basically that's where my mindset is, because I know that I've been molded that way by him, and I've been through some fights. Because I didn't want the Holyfield Tyson first fight. I told him to give us 6 more weeks to train Mike Tyson, because I felt that Mike wasn't ready. But Don King said, no, let's go through with the fight. And then I later on, I understand, because I had a conversation with Holyfield. They said, look, you're looking at a couple $100 million, Stacey. You're talking about take off 6 weeks and this whole fight might not even happen. So you have to, it's very difficult. It's very difficult, but you got to think out of the box. This kid might not be ready. This kid might not be the same. No.
Well, we'll do. I think we definitely gonna find out. I think Danny Garcia is definitely gonna let us know if Earl ain't the same. Danny Garcia is gonna expose that.
Absolutely.
In that fight,
Absolutely.
So I mean, but I think now that Earl is taking on one of the top guys, the flip side of that, because we all trying to get to the big fight, the flip side of that is, what is Terrence Crawford gonna do? If he doesn't fight a guy like Sean Porter or Keith Thurman, I mean, what is he doing to help sell the fight?
I don't know what he's gonna do, but the bottom line is, he say he's pound the best, but up until Earl's accident, I had Errol Spencer's pound the best. I think he was the number one best fighter out there, because he was an all-around fighter, boxer, can move, jab, everything. So he was my number one guy. He had moved into that spot. So I don't know what Crawford's going to do to build a fight. I mean, he could fight Sean Porter, help build a gate if he and if they get past Garcia. But you got to wait and see, man.
I think even if he fought Sean or Keith Thurman, I mean that would and he got past one of those guys, because here's the thing. Terrence Crawford is clearly one of the best pound for pound fighters in boxing. But also, Terrence Crawford hasn't fought any of the elite welterweights in his division. He hasn't fought any of the elite guys in the welterweight division. So that's something he needs prior to fighting Earl Spence. He needs to get a win over one of the elite guys prior to that fight, and that will help that fight, because fighting these guys, Earl Spence needs to do whatever they got to do to help build that fight, because neither one of them are neither one of these guys are the big personalities in the sport. So the way they're going to generate the interest is being damn good fighters, which they both are, but they got to have some quality wins, and Terrence needs quality wins more so than Earl. What do you think?
Yeah, Terrence really needs. Yeah, right. You're absolutely right. He needs to be one of the top guys. I mean, he definitely needs to be one of the top guys. I mean, I don't see where he's not rusty. I mean, he's not rusty. So why should he go into a fight like that? It's like Earl. Earl is not rusty. Earl just got hurt. So I don't see why the two guys can't tie, because you don't need a tune-up, because you're not rusty. I think that even with Crawford beating Sean Porter, I don't think that's going to. I don't think that's going to do it. Sean didn't beat him in time, and everybody knew that Crawford was a good boxer. So I see Crawford win a decision. Ain't gonna be nothing exciting, but I can see him win a decision. I don't think it's gonna make the Spence fight even bigger. I really don't.
I do. I think Terrence Crawford getting a quality win over one of the elite guys, it can't do nothing but help sell the promotion. What do you think, John? John?
I'm with. Hold on one second, Kevin. Yeah, I'm with you totally. Um, boy, this is like the conundrum of promoters' conundrum. Does the guy take the big fight first? Does he take the big fight? Does he wait?
Well, that's out of the question now.
I mean,
because Earl is fighting. Earl is fighting Danny Garcia.
Yeah.
So there's no need to even talk about that. So what we're talking about is on the flip side, what can Terrence Crawford do to help the eventual showdown between Crawford and Spence bigger? I think he needs to fight one of the top elite guys. I mean, if Earl can come out of a car accident and go straight to one of the elite guys.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, Kevin. You want to roll that dice right now to do that? I mean, I know that's your position.
Roll dice to do what? Because Earl's already doing it. Earl's already fighting Danny Garcia.
I got it, but that's 50% of the risk.
Right.
You know, every fight he takes is a risk. That's what I'm saying. This is an old conundrum: is do I take an interim fight to make the fight better? Who's the one I'm thinking of? Was it De La Hoya when he fought? Who was the guy he fought in between fights there? And was it Felix Sturm? It was one of those guys. You know that warm up, that tune up, that shit.
Are you telling me, okay, Earl's gonna continue to beat and fight the elite guys, and Terrence Crawford sits over here and fight no names guys? That's gonna help the promotion when they get together to fight each other.
I'm not saying it's gonna help the promotion. There are two things here. There's helping the promotion and making sure you don't get beat before you get to that big fight.
Well. If we're talking about Terrence Crawford being the super talented guy that he is, I mean, we shouldn't be that nervous about.
Come on, man. Come on. Look at So he's believing in himself, right? That's cool. What happens if he loses, Kevin? What happens if he loses? He catches
That's with anything. You already got Earl fighting a challenging fight. I mean, Earl could lose.
Yeah, but that's Errol Spence. That's what he's doing. You're talking about Crawford right now. If I'm Crawford's manager, if I'm his manager, it better be a safe fight. And you're going to step up and get a big gun. It's got to be a safe fight, dude. And even then, those safe fights end up being worse because the fighter walks in and says,
I totally disagree, because for one, the kind of money that those guys want, they're not in that high demand to even command the kind of purses that they really want to fight each other. So now, what do we do to make this fight more desirable? You got Earl doing it. Earl's coming out of an accident and showing you that I still can beat. I'm still the best guy in the division, and I'll continue to beat the best guys in the division. Terrence Crawford, I think, needs to find. He hasn't fought an elite welterweight yet. That's the point y'all missing. He hasn't fought anybody in the welterweight division yet.
That's the point, Kevin. That's the damn point. He hasn't. You don't know how he's going to do. How do you think he's going to do when he gets a top five guy?
I don't think it's that big of a fight anyway. I mean, fight fans want to see it, but that fight ain't that big to where it's going to do crazy pay-per-view numbers.
No, it's not. But name a guy that he should fight.
Do what you need to do to make it a big fight like that.
Yeah, name a guy he should fight, Kevin.
Fight like that is both of these guys beating top guys and showing that they're the two best, because they don't have the personalities to sell the fight on based on just selling the hype and making it a big fight off of hype. They don't have the personalities to do that, so they got to do it the old-fashioned way, just by knocking off other top guys, and bam, we proven we both are the cream of the crop. Now it's time for us to get it on. Now you'll do some numbers, because people will get into it because they know these are the two truly best welterweights in the world. Because really, right now, until Terrence Crawford beats one of those elite guys, yeah, he's a great fighter, talented fighter, this and that, but who is he beating as a welterweight?
Who do you want to see him beat to get to Spence?
I've said it over and over. I'd like to see him fight either Keith Thurman or Sean Porter prior to fighting Earl Spence. I think that helps propel the sale of Spence Crawford.
And what kind of result do you think would be the ideal result for both of those guys? What's the ideal result in they're each fighting a 10 round or 10 round fight? What's the ideal?
They don't fight 12-round fights. These guys are champions, man. They fight
12
12-round fights.
12. What did I say? 10. 12. They fight 12 round fights, but what's the ideal outcome for each one of these guys?
It doesn't matter as long as they win. As long as they both win. I mean, he's fighting. This guy over here is fighting the cream of the crop in the division, and this guy over here is fighting nobodies. I mean, you don't want to go into the big promotion with that being held over Terrence Crawford's head. Well, this is his first real test at welterweight, and it's against the best. No, you want to get him one of those so-called elite guys, and that way he takes care of. He gets a quality win in his pocket prior to going into the fight with Errol Spence, and I think that would help generate more interest in the fight.
Yeah, I'm not doubting that it's going to generate interest. I'm just talking if you're on his side, the risk reward. The risk is you could lose.
Well, it's a risk every time they go in the ring.
Absolutely,
you know what I'm
no
saying?
doubt. Yeah, of course. But what is the risk?
And then on another note, you don't know if that fight's going to ever happen anytime soon because of the politics of it all.
That's what I was just getting ready to get on. I was just getting ready to hit on that right away.
So if you got that kind of roadblock in the way, you might as well make great fights with Earl and great fights with Terrence. And eventually, the groundswell will be so big that the promotion companies will see, the networks and the promotion companies will see the numbers and the interest enough to the point that they'd be ready to go on ahead and split the pot and make the fight. But right now, making that fight out the gate, that ain't no big. See, Stacey, you keep talking about your experience with Mike Tyson going into the Holyfield fight. You can't compare that to this.
No.
They don't have the money in the pot.
Right. Well,
you go straight into this.
Then they shouldn't be fighting each other.
Now we getting back to my point. As long as they ain't fighting each other, they need to be fighting other top quality opposition to make the interest so big in the fight to where the money is there. Now they can fight each other. That's what I'm saying.
Right. I think this is what I personally think. I personally think that you hit the nail. You hit the nail on the head a few minutes ago. I was just getting ready to say that. I think that he's fighting Garcia is because they can't make this fight. They can't make this fight now.
It ain't enough money in the fight right now.
Politics. Yeah, but it's not enough money in it. But he said there's gonna be money in it 4 or 5 fights from now, and one of them mess around and get beat.
But it ain't enough money in it to make it right now. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense, bro.
Well, then we need to talk about fighting somebody else and forget about that fight because that ain't gonna. This is too much of a gamble. This is crazy. I mean, it's not crazy, but you just think about it. If you think about it, it just maybe it's not going to happen. I mean, I've been through this stuff with you we talk about AJ and Wilder, same thing. Everybody said, well, we're going to fight down the road. We're going to get big. I said, Kevin, it ain't going to last another year, a year and a half, 3 more fights apiece. Both of them going to get beat. What happened? Both of them got knocked out. So it's about time you got to have that feel, that gut feeling. But tell you it's time.
There you go again, man. You comparing the 2 big superstar heavyweights.
No, comparing the situation. Not really. It's the situation.
But no, it's a promotion at the end of the day, and at the end of the day, it's how much revenue can this promotion provide. And if you got 2 welterweights, 2 great fighters, but they still don't have enough buzz behind them to bring in that casual fan, which is going to take them over the top in terms of the numbers, then you keep building until you get to the point, especially when you're talking about 2 different promotional outfits, 2 different television networks. You got to split that pot between the 2 different promoters, It's three. It's two. The two fighters got to split the pot.
What is
You got two different promotion companies got to split the pot, and then you got two different television networks. So that's a whole lot of splitting going on when you're dealing with this type of situation. So the only time that you're gonna have them two networks willing to do a split deal, two promotion companies doing the split deal, is when it's enough money in the pot. And right now, it's just not enough money in the pot for them two to fight each other.
Look, that's basically happened like 3 times now, Kevin. This giant 2 mega networks getting together. You know, it's really just happened a couple of times.
That's why it's only happened a couple of times, because
exactly.
You only had big enough boxing stars
Yep.
to do it, and there was enough money there for everybody to split.
Yep. Exactly.
So you that's why you only seen it a few times. And it was done when it was a mega fight. It wasn't done with just, okay, this guy, he's a good welterweight. This guy, he's good welterweight. Those guys are not big stars. Neither one of these guys we talking about are big stars. Would you agree, Stacey?
They're not big stars, but the biggest we got. The biggest we got in the division. And I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yeah, but they ain't. Neither one of these guys are huge stars.
No,
neither one of these guys are consistently selling out arenas, doing 1 million pay-per-view buys. Neither one of them. Mm-hmm. And that's what it's going to take for you to do a pay-per-view when you got one guy that's with a whole different promotional outfit and a whole different television network, and you got another guy that's with another promotional outfit and another television network. You got to have enough, that money, they got to generate the money for everybody to get on board with it. That's the bottom line. And right now, it's obvious that they ain't generating that kind of money for everybody to get on board and do that fight.
No, they're not. You're absolutely right. And I would guarantee you that fight would never happen.
Well, why would you say that?
I ain't gonna tell you. I'm not gonna reveal it to you, but I guarantee you it'll never happen. But I'm not gonna reveal it to you because I don't want to go that deep off into it, because I get to stay within my lane.
Right. I got you.
But the fight never happened.
Wow. That's interesting for you. That's an interesting comment. Real interesting. Well, we're gonna move on to the next topic. And other breaking news last week was the WBC says that they are willing to rank Tyson in the top 10. 53-year-old retired Mike Tyson. Read that for me, John.
It says World Boxing Council President Mauricio Suleiman has insisted Mike Tyson will be rated by the organization along with the likes of Deontay Wilder at the age of 53.
Wow. That's interesting, man.
Stacy's eyebrows are furling there.
Like Mike Tyson hasn't fought in how many years, Stacy?
15.
Since 2005.
15
years.
So that's 15 years, and they're willing to rank him right alongside of Deontay Wilder. Talk to me, Stacy. What you think about that, considering that you used the last person to? Didn't you train Mike Tyson? Did you train him in his last fight?
No, not his last fight. No. Those
you trained him. What was the last fight you trained Mike Tyson in?
Holyfield Tyson.
Lewis.
Okay, so you trained Mike Tyson in his last mega fight, right?
2003, yeah.
And the WBC is here now, ready to rank him alongside Deontay Wilder. What do you think about that?
What I think about it? I think about it what I was saying a few minutes ago. I think that what they're doing is, okay, Mike Tyson is a big draw. All right? It's all about the dollars. It's all about the dollars now. They're not going to go put Mike in 4 or 5 fights and let him fight for a world championship. They'll put him directly at number 10 and put him right into a big fight. It's all about the dollars. It's going to come down to, we can make some money with Mike Tyson. That's what it's all coming down to. So they're not going to take no chance on him trying to get 2 or 3 wins and then become world champion, fight for a world title.
Yep.
That's not what they're going to do.
Yep.
It's all about the dollars and cents with this. That's why Mike is coming back, because it's about the money. He's a draw. He's exciting. Everybody's talking about Mike Tyson.
Well,
and Wilder shooting his mouth out, coming the man ain't fought nobody that's been in the Hall of Fame and all. So Mike is the man. He's the man. Now he's gonna fight. He's gonna get paid. So they're gonna rank him.
So tell me this, Stacy. What do you think about Mike coming back and fighting the top guys instead of coming back and fighting in an exhibition? We thought he was coming back just to fight in exhibitions, but now it's looking like that he's actually coming back and he's gonna fight. Obviously, he's got to fight the top 10 guys out there, the guys that are in the top 10 if they're willing to rank him. So what do you think about him actually coming back fighting the elite heavyweights of the world?
Never happened. Never happened. He's not going to fight anybody in the top 10. He's going to get rated himself in the top 10. He's not going to fight anybody in the top 10. Now, if he fights somebody in the top 10, he's going to be the top guy. He's going to be the champion. That's it. He ain't fighting nobody in the top 10. It's come down, as I said, dollars and cents. He's back for the money. And they're going to make a lot of money off Mike Tyson in a world title fight. So there ain't going to be no Mike Tyson going to get 2 or 3 tune up to show where he is to see if he still got it to help build a gate. And the gate's already built.
So, Stacy, come on, man. Come on now. You really think that they are going to bring Mike Tyson out of retirement, 15 years retired, smoking weed out like a chimney, and they going to go right to the champion? Do you really think that?
Absolutely. Why not? I mean, why not? Look at the state that boxing in. Look at the state of the world that boxing in. Hey, why not?
That's
why
really.
Not?
You know what?
Let's say he draw 3 million people. Let's say he draw 3 million people in a world title fight. Who else gonna draw them kind of people except Mike and somebody? Think about it. It's the money. Bottom line, money.
You know what? There might be some truth to what you're saying, but that's a really sad state of affairs if we got to pull a 53-year-old guy out of retirement to bring boxing back to the forefront.
What commission is going to sanction that fight?
Yeah, man.
In this country.
I mean, it's one thing if he gonna come back, he got a right to make a comeback if that's what he want to do. But you telling me you think that he ain't fighting no tune-ups, no kind of tune-ups? He's getting rated in the WBC, and he ain't fighting no kind of tune-ups, and he's gonna go straight to a champion? You really believe that, Stacey?
Yeah. Why not? Why not? Sugar Ray Leonard came back. He fought Hattie. He had no tune-ups. Why not? What you gonna do?
Sugar Ray Leonard wasn't retired 15 years.
This is what I'm saying. You're not listening to what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Okay? He can't afford an exhibition. He cannot afford an exhibition. He has to go straight to the big one. He has to go to the big one. That's where the money is. Same thing I was telling you earlier.
Nah, that ain't gonna fly, man. That ain't gonna fly. That's gonna be a disaster. Now, hold on.
Okay.
Now, if they bring him back and they go get him 2 bums and he get him up out of there in the first, second round, they could sell him fighting one of the top guys, one of the champions then. But to just bring him straight out of the weed farmhouse or whatever that is he got, and straight to Joshua or Wilder or
Tyson Fury,
man, that's gonna be a laughing stock.
A laughing stock with 4 million people back, so who cares?
Yeah, you're right. You got a point there. And you know what? You know what?
Laugh all the way to the bank.
And you know what? And you know what? You're right. Because they're bad just because it's Mike Tyson.
They could pay Mike $50 million for that.
It's going to be a lot of criticism. If they don't bring him out and get him in there and let people see him knock somebody out prior to something like that, it's going to be so much criticism. But like you said, at the end of the day, they can criticize all they want. Come time to push that button and buy that pay-per-view, they're going to buy it because it's Mike.
Absolutely.
You know.
Absolutely. The thing about it, the commissioners, they're going to give him all the tests that's necessary. All the tests he got to go through. They can't discriminate. They can't do no age discrimination. And he's not hurt in the head to where, it's like when they took Muhammad Ali's license and refused to let him fight. And then Butcher Lewis took him, not Butcher Lewis, but Rizal took him down to the Bahamas to fight. They ain't take Mike Tyson's license. They're not saying that Mike Tyson can't fight. He's unfit to fight. They're gonna put him through all the tests. When they put him through all the tests, they're gonna let him fight.
Yeah, but I would like to see them get him a bum or two and let him knock out a couple of bums and let people get all excited and then go into something big as opposed to just bringing him straight out of the, last time people saw Mike, he on YouTube smoking weed, talking about he's scared of his old self and what he say? If that guy comes back out, what did he say? What did he say in that video that went viral? If that guy comes back out,
yeah, he said something about him being homicidal or murder, something along those lines.
Yeah.
Felonious. What was the word? Maybe I can find it for you.
I don't know what he used, but you know the video I'm talking about, right, Stacey?
You know, when Muhammad Ali retired, right? When Muhammad Ali retired, and they said, Muhammad, don't you come out and fight Larry Holmes. Don't you come back and fight Larry Holmes, okay? This is what I'm telling you again about the promotion part of it. Don King told him, said, listen, they said, when Muhammad Ali come out retired, he need to tune up. Don said, no tune up. No tune up. You got to go straight to the fight, okay? The reason why he wanted him to go straight to the fight because a tune up, he made it look bad. Now you don't kill the promotion because you're coming out looking like garbage. So he goes straight to the fight without a tune-up, and the people is thinking, well, we don't know what to expect because we haven't seen anything, so we're gonna pay it. We're gonna go watch this fight. It's the same thing with Tyson.
But hold on, wait a minute. We can say the same thing for when Mike Tyson got out of prison.
I was just gonna say exactly that.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't go straight to
Peter McNeely.
The top guys. He fought the Peter McNeelys of the world. They know how to go and get somebody that they know that's gonna be out of there in round 1 or 2, man. So stop acting like you don't know that they know they don't know.
I know they can do it.
Yeah, well, I mean, come on, man.
A guy for him to fight, this is 12-0. Okay, they can do it. You don't want to take away the mystique. The mystique is what's selling. And
But you build you give people you instill hope in the old Mike Tyson fans if you bring him out, get him the right guy, and he knocked that guy out cold in the first or second round. Oh my God, you doing even bigger numbers then, man. See, we're going right back into the same conversation, man.
Okay. If I was a promoter, you know what I would do? I'll tell you exactly what I would do. Exactly what you've been seeing, him hitting them pads, looking real good and real flashy. Okay, then I would go in the gym. I put in with some sparring partners, and I film that and let him knock out 2 or 3 of them 5 sparring partners, and put that out there. I said, look, you knock out the sparring partner, and go straight into the title fight.
just like you doing that, you can do that in a real fight, Stacey. You know that. You know you can go get a guy. You can go get a guy standing on the street corner and let Mike Tyson knock him out. It looks better in a fight. I said you can go grab a guy off the street corner and let him knock him out in a real fight. That's gonna sell better than putting some sparring tape out there.
Well, you see, right now they're ready to buy it. As we speak,
they will buy Mike Tyson fighting a bum.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But you fighting a title fight. Baddest man on planet Earth. I don't need no tune-up.
Yeah, but you gotta let people see that man knocking somebody out prior to going straight into the title.
Let me tell you something. Believe it or not, 50% of those fans think that Mike can go in the ring right now and knock out Wilder. They believe that. They actually believe that.
How long will it take Mike Tyson to get completely into the best shape he can get into at 53, in your opinion?
How long will it take me to be president of the United States? Y'all get out of this fantasy. Listen, don't ask me no crazy questions, okay? Now get out of this fantasy world because I don't want to tell you everything. I'm going to tell you some stuff, but I'm not going to tell you everything, okay? So let's say Mike going to get in shape and go fight for the world title. And I'm going to buy it. I'll probably be at ringside.
We're going out there, by the way. We're bringing the Cunninghams Corner to Vegas. I already got my buddy out in Vegas. I already told him when that happens, I'm coming out with Kevin. We're going to set up the show in the lobby of the MGM Grand, and we're going to do the show live from there. That's all I know.
But Stacey,
yeah,
you don't think Mike can get in good enough shape to really compete with some of them guys that's out there in the heavyweight division right now?
I think it'd be. I think they would be. It would be too big of a risk, and I think it's too big of a gamble. It's too big of a risk, and it's too big of a gamble. And I think that Mike got in the best shape he could, and working out and training. I think that Mike could go in there and maybe give Wilder 3 or 4 good rounds. And if you clip him on the chin in the first 2 rounds, you may get him out of there. That's the mystique. You don't need to see. Let me tell you. You don't need to see what he actually can do. You don't need to see the speed on his punches in a real fight against a bomb. You don't need to see that because you might see something that you don't want to see. So wait a minute, this ain't what we thought it was. Okay, even though he's fighting a bomb might want to come and fight that night. Okay?
Buster Douglas.
Where it is. That's what we sell it.
Yeah.
We sell it. The bad man playing there, come back after 15 years, going in against the world title. Gotta be the bad man. Get this fight. Let's go. I would go out there and get my tickets.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this question then. Out of the top 3 guys, which one do you think Mike Tyson, out of Tyson Fury, Joshua, and Wilder, which one of them 3 do you think Mike, being as though you train Mike, you know what type of styles give Mike problems, you know what type of styles that Mike is good against. Which one you pick Wilder? So you think
I pick him to have a better chance against Wilder than with the other 2.
Oh, okay. So why is that?
Because Wilder don't have the skills and the technique, and he's vulnerable to pressure. And if you go into that rope-a-dope defense that he got and let Mike get up on him, you go into that rope-a-dope defense, he's out of there. I don't care if Mike is 75, 73 years old. If he go into that because he really doesn't have the skills and the technique, in 2 or 3 rounds, he actually going to be looking at the fact that, hey, Mike might have something. He might put that pressure on him. If he go into that rope-a-dope style as a defense, he may be out of there. I'm not saying that it would happen, but it's a good possibility. But Tyson Fury, no way. AJ, there's no way.
Yeah, so, I agree.
It's strange to me. Well, I watched Tyson and Tyrell Biggs fight today. I went over a lot of that stuff, watched a lot of it. But I would say Wilder because of his style and technique and his mental stability right now. Wilder mental stability right now. He feel like I got to prove something. I got to go in here and knock this guy out. You go in there and try to knock this guy out, you slip 2 or 3 of them shots and count them. He hits you.
So you say that because of the fact that Deontay Wilder is not very effective fighting back on his heels, and Mike Tyson would definitely make him back up. So that would give Mike Tyson a better chance against Deontay Wilder as opposed to the other 2 guys that can box, moving, backing up, and so forth. Right? That's what you're saying?
Yeah. Well, see, because it's a better chance because you have to understand one thing, and Wilder should know this. For 3 rounds, if Wilder backing up with no defense and going to the rope, for 3 rounds, he giving Mike a hell of a chance. Mike got a chance against him in 3 rounds, okay? Now, he get them round 4, 5, 6, and me and Mike got a problem. But for 3 rounds, he could be in trouble because of his defense and his techniques. Another thing you have to understand, I keep saying this over and over. The fight is in the head. Okay? We got a former world champion. Head ain't right. Okay? The fight is in the head. His head ain't right.
So Stacy, I'm gonna hold you right there. Let me hold you right there. So okay. Now you saying, see now you starting to give me a valid point to where you going with this, because are you saying right now would be the perfect chance for Mike Tyson if he were to fight Wilder? Right now it'd probably be the best chance for him right now, with Wilder seeming to have a lot of issues going on mentally right now. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. You look at it.
Yeah,
look at it. I got 2 new trainers right now. I got George Foreman. George Foreman, I'm not training nobody. I got Floyd Mayweather. He gonna be training with me. Okay. The gloves are messed up. My suit is on too heavy. I'm getting rid of all of these snakes out of my camp. Now the fight is in the head, brother. Now, let me explain something to you. When Mike stopped fighting, Mike didn't stop fighting because he couldn't fight anymore. Mike stopped fighting because like he told me, I will not continue to embarrass the heavyweight championship of the world, fighting just for the money, knowing I'm not going to win. I don't want to do this. Now, right now, his state of mind is, I want to fight. So he going to come out and he going to try to fight. And if Wilder back up to them ropes, and if his head ain't right, he may get clipped. And now if he doesn't get clipped, and the fight going to 4 rounds, 5 rounds, 6 rounds, then I got to go with Wilder. Wilder will win. But Mike stand a chance. So why go and fight the number 3 guy, a number 4 guy, and take a chance like that? And you go in there and fight the world champion or the former world champion.
Hey John, read that number off, man. Let me see if we get some callers in here today.
904, it's up on the screen. 904-328-7272. 904-328-7272. Lines are open right now. If you call in, just stay on hold. You'll hear the show, and then we'll bring you in as soon as we can get you in.
Yeah. So anybody want to call in and comment? We taking questions and comments tonight. So if anybody want to call in, feel free to call in. Well, you got a point there, Stacy. When from a technical standpoint, with that particular fight, I could see Mike Tyson possibly having a chance. But then if Wilder dropped one of them bombs on him, one of them right hand, one of them bomb squads on him, I don't know, man.
When a fighter is weak in the mind, you can't give him no strength. You can't do no brain operation on him. And you got to, it's take a lot of work, man, to get a fighter head back straight and back strong. When Mike come in the ring, the first thing gonna come in his mind is, I got to get him out of there. Mike already knows. He's gonna try to hit me with the right hand. I'm gonna make him miss. Then he's gonna be wondering if I miss it. Mike gonna be able to clip me. Is it really as fast as they say he is? Is Mike hands as fast as they say he is? Okay. Now you haven't seen him fight, so you don't know. So you got this in your head that his hands are really fast because you saw those clips on television, and people don't understand when you do a film. When you film, the film automatically is faster. Okay, so you can get tricked by films with fighters. Oh, his hands, except Muhammad Ali. Oh, Muhammad Ali is fast. Oh, he got fast hands. His hands wasn't that fast. His hands were quick, but he was busy. And people get it mixed up between speed and being busy because he's throwing a lot of punches. That don't mean he's fast. That means that he's busy. So you got to see all that's what I'm saying. He doesn't need to tune up. Why expose yourself and let everybody see what you got, let the other guys see?
But see, in Tyson's case, I agree with you more so than in Terrence Crawford and Earl Spencer's case.
Yeah.
These are 2 young guys in their primes. You don't have to throw them in right away to try to make a big fight when the fight ain't that big anyway. But this situation here, I could see them, because it's all about Mike coming back, getting a payday anyway. So you don't want to take a chance on stumbling before you get to the big show. You know what I mean? He want to get to the big bag before he stumbles. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that is risky, but we know how to go and get the right guy to make him look good.
Yeah. Mike ain't getting ready to have no career. Mike can have a career.
Yeah. Oh no.
It's entertainment.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's why I'm surprised that they talking about even putting him in real fights, ranking him in the WBC and things of that nature. I thought it was just all about him coming back and doing an exhibition, but not.
I'll give you an example. Years back, everybody was talking about Eva Knievel gonna jump these cars. Eva Knievel gonna jump the Grand Canyon. Okay, the mystique was he actually gonna jump the Grand Canyon. Everybody went and bought it. That man wasn't jumping no Grand Canyon. Got right up and halfway across the canyon and hit a parachute. But the mystique sold it. It's the same thing with this Tyson thing. He ain't looking for another career. One big fight. I'm the baddest man on planet Earth. I'm ready to come back. I can regain the talent. I can beat him. That's it. And we sit up there and we believe it. And I can't wait to see it. So that's the way it is. And that might go on to the bank, put his money in the bank and retire, take care of his family. You got 30-something million people out of work, unemployment, ain't nobody got no jobs, and you said don't fight. Shoot. What? You got to fight. You got people to feed.
He
A lot
could.
of people gonna be making money on that fight.
He could.
You know,
They
you
could.
just
They
gotta
could pay him.
sacrifice yourself.
They could pay him
So the
$50
men
million
can survive,
probably.
the men can live. So that's the way it is. We got to live. They help our boxing. You know, so you can't. Right now, we got to do unusual things. You know, times is hard. Y'all forgot what's going on out there, and they ain't going nowhere. So we got to do what we can, and that's what they're doing. What they can to keep the popularity into boxing. That's why the WBC will rank him number 10. Mike in the top 10.
Yeah, definitely.
Now we got some excitement going.
Hey, Kev, we got a call. We got a caller on. I can't see the area code. There was a guy calling from Australia either, but I think this is a 314 area code. Let me just see if we still got him on.
We want to take calls, John. Pull the call. Answer the phone, man.
I'm here.
He's there.
Hello.
I'm here.
Who
Hello.
got?
This is Sam, Kevin. How you doing, man?
What's going on? Sam who?
Hey, man, thanks for representing the Lou, man, and what you do, man.
Hey, appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. You know, I'm just trying to do what I can.
My question is simple. What's next for Keith Thurman?
What's next for Keith Thurman?
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't tell you what's next for Keith Thurman. I mean, I know I could tell you this. I'd like to see Keith Thurman fight maybe a Terrence Crawford or even I tell you who else I'd like to see him fight. Kid by what's his name? Ugas.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
Ugas.
I actually thought he took the Pacquiao fight too soon, and you know he fooled around in his first tune-up fight. He was getting hit too much. I was like, your defense ain't ready yet, and so that's why I didn't think he was ready when he fought Pacquiao.
So you think he took it too soon?
Yes, I think because you got to realize, Kevin, Keith was off almost 2 years with no ring activity.
Yeah, but he came back and fought Jesse
Jesse Vargas.
Vargas?
No, he
Jesse
didn't fight
Vargas or
Jesse
somebody?
Vargas. He fought what's the boy's name he fought? Yeah.
But whoever he fought was
He
hitting
fought
him
a
too
Mexican
much, man.
kid.
And he had that good movement, that good hitting movement.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, you talking about Manny Pacquiao, he's 41 years old, man, and a young 30-year-old, 29-year-old world champion, one of the best fighters in the world at that time. I think, you know, he came back, he got his tune up. I mean, I mean, if you the goods, he should be able to handle a 41-year-old. I mean, how many tune-ups he needs to fight? To fight, how many tune-ups should he need to fight a 41-year-old fighter?
Well, we're not talking about a simple 41-year-old fighter. This dude, I mean, Pacquiao, he's a special dude.
Yeah, but I mean, that's an opportunity that he couldn't. Keith Thurman couldn't blow off that opportunity. He got an opportunity to fight Pacquiao, and I mean, he like I say, he was considered one of the best in the world. I mean, and he got an opportunity to fight a 41-year-old legend. I think he got to take that opportunity when it presents itself. Me personally.
I don't know. I mean, my thing is, I'm like, he's a champion. He's undefeated. I understand Pacquiao's a draw, but if you ain't ready, you ain't ready. But that's me, and right now I just think he's suffering for it. I just think don't get me wrong, his injuries delayed his career, and it contributes to his rust. And I think it really contributes to his loss because he wasn't the same guy. I think he needs to get back in the ring, and be more active because he hasn't fought since Pacquiao.
Now I agree with you. He don't look like the same guy, and I'm gonna tell you, it's like I don't know. Something happened when he went over to where's that country he went over to and met that girl one night and married her the next night. What
I know what you're talking about, but
yeah, he seems to have been a little different ever since then too, man. So I mean, who knows? I mean, he may not never come back to be the old Keith one-time Thurman that we once saw. Back when he was really performing and taking people out. But I just think he had an opportunity to fight Pacquiao. I mean, hey, you got to take that opportunity. I mean, who else was he gonna fight? Earl Spence? He wouldn't have looked. He wouldn't have looked. He wouldn't have looked better fighting Earl Spence. You know what I mean?
Nah, he would have lost either one. He'd have lost to him or Crawford. So it wasn't. You know, it was like Pacquiao was the quote unquote lesser of the three, and you know, he paid for it. So
yeah.
Well, like I say, man, thanks a lot. Keep up the good work, man, and
hey,
happy holidays, man.
Yeah, same to you, man. I appreciate your call, bro.
All right, man. Take care now.
All right. Yeah. What you think about that, Stacy?
With him fighting Pacquiao?
Yeah.
Pacquiao, 41 years old, a legend. This kid came back. Keith Thurman got him a tune-up. He's going against a 41-year-old legend. There's two things going on there. You beat that legend. Your name is big. It's bigger than what it was. You all the way back. And the other thing going on there, what better payday you gonna get?
That was my point. That was my point exactly. I mean, who else was he supposed to fight? I mean,
yeah, right.
I mean, you got an opportunity to fight Pacquiao on pay-per-view, make your biggest purse you ever made.
That's right.
Fighting a 41-year-old guy, you know. I mean, if you'd have fought Earl Spence, you wouldn't have made the money that you made fighting the 41-year-old guy, and it was a tougher fight. So, I mean, it was the right fight. It was the right fight for Thurman. He didn't deliver. You know,
absolutely.
He didn't deliver. So, you know, yeah. So, you know, that's boxing though, man. You know, you know, you got to get the. You know, that's why they fight the fights. You know, that's the reason they fight the fights. You know, everybody, you know, can have their opinions and say this, that, and the other, but you still got to get in that ring and fight the fights. You know what I mean? You know. So we're gonna move on to our next topic, and John, pull up that Mayweather training Devin Haney video.
Okay, hang on.
That's what I'm talking about. Just some movement for the champion. Just some movement on the champion. Movement for the champion. Show me the job. Professional shit. Professional shit. Professional shit. Professional shit. Professional shit. That's what I'm talking about. Touch it.
There it is.
Now, you got Floyd Mayweather in his gym training Tank Davis's arch rival. And Devin Haney's a good young fighter, good young talented fighter, but Devin Haney's signed to Eddie Hearn in the Zone. Now, Tank Davis is signed to Floyd Mayweather in Showtime. So I just found it odd when I saw this video. I mean, I didn't find it odd that Devin Haney was in the Mayweather gym because he's been going through that for years, and you know that's one of the gyms. Devin Haney and his dad, they train everywhere. They got pretty much a different trainer pretty much every time you see them, so they all over the place as far as training. But for Floyd to put this video out the way they did, him and Fight Hype, put this video out there and promote, pretty much the way I saw it is Floyd's promoting Devin Haney, and Devin Haney's, like I said, Tank Davis, arch rival. If I'm Tank Davis, I'm looking at that and I'm a little perturbed with that. What you think, Stacey?
Well, quite natural. The fight of Tank Davis is going to be a little disturbed. You know, his promoter is working with his arch rival. I think a couple of weeks ago they've been going back and forth on social media. You know, David Devin's somebody you want to fight. You want to fight this kid and you want to fight this, but it is kind of unusual. But then again, I think there's a little bit more to that than what we're looking at and what we see. So I think there's a lot going on behind the scenes with that. So this is just something out front to keep people interested and keep people thinking, you know, what the hell is going on. But it's kind of unusual, and I can see where Tank is a little bit upset about it. But there's something going on, a little bit more going on than what we know with that situation.
Yeah, because it's an odd situation because Floyd can't forget now that he's also a promoter, and you are Tank Davis's promoter, and you know that Devin Haney and his dad has been calling out Tank for the last few months. You know, making comments like, well, Floyd. They scared to put Tank in with Devin. We won't Tank. Blah 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 blah. So then, you know, a couple of months go by and look up and you see Floyd in the gym giving Devin Haney pointers, training him, working him on the mitts. If I'm Tank, yeah, I got a problem with that. I mean, and a lot of people are wondering why Tank got a problem with it. It's obvious. He got a problem with it. I mean, his promoter is helping out one of his biggest rivals. You know, that's just like if you signed to Don King, if Trinidad, who was signed to Don King, look up and see Don King hanging out, putting videos out with him and Oscar De La Hoya.
Right.
Promoting De La Hoya. I mean, what you think, Stacey?
Well, hey, like you said, it's a little bit unusual. It's a little bit unusual.
Just a little bit unusual.
That's a polite.
And promoting your number one fighter. And I'm gonna tell you something. I know that Floyd has this big opinion about his fighter because when I was in the dressing room with them watching Tank Davis get his hands wrapped, Floyd was standing by me, and Floyd said, "This is the only time I come out is when this kid is fighting. It's the only time you see me out in the fight is when this kid is fighting." And he said, because it's my number one guy right here. So I know that he think highly of it, but I also know that he know that this kid is young. David is young, and he's not going to look at that. He's not going to look at that and smile about it and be happy about it as well. You know, that's my promoter. He's just helping this guy out, but that's my rival. Everything is okay. I mean, something, like I said, a little bit more to this than what we know.
Yeah, I'm of the mindset if you with me, you ain't if you riding with me, you can't ride with me and my enemy. I'm of that mindset. So, and if Tank, which I think he's kind of got that similar mindset, he's got a problem with this, and I don't blame him for having a problem with it, you know, and I really think it's a bunch of games being played. It looks like to me, because I think, you know, you now Stacey, you knew Floyd knew that Tank was gonna have a problem with that. Don't you know that?
Well, I'm sure Floyd knew he was gonna have a problem. That's why I'm telling you, and that's why I'm saying there's a little bit more to this situation than what we know, and what meets the eyes, a little bit more to it. I mean, there's something going on in the background about all this stuff, you know. And sure, Floyd knew he gonna have a problem. Anybody in boxing would know he gonna have a problem. It's not the norm. What he's doing is not the norm. I mean, as a promoter, I hope his other fighters gonna say, well, I may look up one day and he might be with another guy, training another guy against me. I don't know. David's looking at it. He's training this guy to beat me. This is what he's looking at. Because he's a fighter. He's young. He's gonna think that way, you know.
Well, you know what? Well, Tank did respond. Pull up, John. Pull up Tank's response to what what he saw, and read that out for me.
It says, I've been doing well by my lonely both of
Can you
their
turn your mic up a little bit, John?
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, sorry. Says, I've been doing well by my lonely, both of their ass the ops anyway. I'm ready to fight whoever, including Floyd, with a little devil face.
Wow. Wow, including Floyd. Damn, Stacy. So now the fighter ready to fight his promoter.
Well, if the fighter want to fight his promoter, the fighter gonna get his ass beat if he fight his promoter. I can tell you that right now, but I know that's talk. That's letting you know how he really feels deep down inside. Basically, I don't think he's mad. I think he's hurt. I think he's hurt by it, and he feels betrayed.
For sure, he hurt by it. I mean, obviously, that's obvious.
So they're going to have to deal with it. They need to sit down and talk about it and get it straightened out. And then maybe Floyd might want to go his way. Let Davis go his way.
Hey, Kevin, why did he do it? Why did Floyd Mayweather do this?
That's the $1 million question. And that's what I was just asking Stacy. That's why I asked Stacy. I said, look, Stacy, Floyd knew that Tank would be pissed off when he saw this. So why did he even drop this video and put it out there like that? Why'd he do that, Stacy? Talk to me, man. Why'd he do that?
To piss him off. But like you said, he knew he was going to be pissed off. So there's something going on in the background that we don't know about. So he did it to piss him off. He did what he wanted to do. Whatever it was to get his attention, that's what he did. He did it intentionally. You think he's going to do that and not put in that boy not know? You know how Tank is. So there's something going on. And I would say that they need to sit down and get it straightened out. I would, from a professional standpoint, promoter, fighter, you need to get it all straightened out because there's something going on that need to be straightened out with that.
Well, I think it's done gone past sitting down, talking between them two. I think it's because this ain't the first incident between the two. You got the situation where Tank is seen dating one of Floyd's ex-girlfriends, and you got the situation where Floyd flew Tank baby mama out here to Miami to Floyd's celebrity basketball game, and that's where Tank walked in and saw his baby mama at that celebrity game and grabbed her by the throat, and that's how he caught that case. So Stacey, I think it might be I think this thing might be that relationship might be going a little past sitting down and talking to at this point. What you think?
Well, from the scenario and the things you just said, that's what I was saying. There's something going on behind the scene. It ain't got nothing to do with boxing. It ain't got nothing to do with boxing. So they need to sit down and get it straightened out and say, look, maybe we need to depart company or we need to get it worked out because I say something is going on. It ain't got nothing to do with boxing. That's what I think that's happening to make Floyd do what he did, and he didn't care. And for Davis to say what he said, I even fight Floyd. But the bottom line is, they got to get that straightened out. If they can straighten it out, you got to stick with the business part of it. The personal part of it can destroy everything. You got to stick with the business. It's hard to do to divide the business from personal stuff sometimes. So, but you got to stick with the business part of it. So you got to have that mindset. You have to be strong that way. So let's take the personal stuff out and let's deal with the boxing. And I think if you deal with the boxing, I don't think you would have seen Floyd doing that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, somebody's got to be the bigger person in the situation. And being as though Floyd is the older person, Floyd is the promoter. He's got the rights to Tank's career. Tank is signed to him. So these type of things are kind of I look at it as being a little immature, and and it's a lot of games being played, but I think they need to figure out either this situation can't be mended and can't be fixed, and we need to go our separate ways. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just tit for tat going on right now, and that's what it looked like for me. You agree?
Yeah, well, it's like I say, Floyd is 41 years old, 40 or 41 years old.
42, going on 43, or just turned 43.
Floyd has his own mindset. He's been Floyd for ever since I've known him. His mindset has always been the way he is. So I haven't seen much of a change in his personality since I've met him at 17 years old. I haven't seen much of a change. In fact, I was one of the people who told him, look, everybody said you arrogant, everybody said you self-centered. I said, but don't you ever change. Don't you never change it, because that's what made Floyd Mayweather. If you change that, you're not going to be Floyd Mayweather. And this is why you're successful as what you're doing and winning your fight. So I kind of understand where he's coming from. But as a fighter, that's good. But as a promoter and got other people on your contract and their futures is in your hands, basically, then I think you got to think a little different outside of the box and be a little bit more professional and straighten things out. Like I said, get to a point to where either you go your way and I go my way, or we get this thing straightened out.
Yeah, man. Well,
because it can only escalate into something ugly. Okay.
Yeah.
We don't want
that. And that's my point. That's my point. This type of thing here, it could turn into something, outside of boxing, and you don't need that. Don't want it. Don't need it. And it's just unfortunate. What you think, John?
Oh man, I like so. This is Kevin. There are some legal ramifications here. So he's his promoter, and he's there to promote Tank. Now, if this is some big giant publicity stunt, which I don't think it is, I don't think this is a publicity stunt to get Tank to fight Floyd, because I doubt that's happening, or it's to get Tank. Tank's a commodity, man. I can't imagine. It's not like the guy's at the tail end of his career and he's trying to piss him off so he'll jump ship and he'll let him out of his contract. I don't think any of that's there. I think these are just two guys fucking with each other. I don't know how else to say it.
Two egos.
Fucking with each other, though. But you look at this. This shit happened in the boxing business. With Don, when fighters fucked with Don and you had two egos going, Don would put him on ice. He did all kinds of shit. That's all. This just happens to be Floyd's a fighter, and I don't think it's any different than that. I'm just saying you've got an obligation to promote this kid, and if this is just part of a promotion, that'd be a weird thing for Floyd to be walking into the ring with Haney to fight Tank. I mean, think about that. I mean, I don't know, man. It's a weird dynamic going on there.
Yeah, that would be man. That would be a strange scenario.
If he's trying to sell tickets and he's trying to create some kind of interest. I've never seen this before, but hey, if it sells tickets and gets people watching, I guess you got to do what you got to do. I just think it is pretty unusual to see a promoter, but it's not like he's training the other guy. He's not necessarily putting. I'm sure that Tank is got to be pissed. I mean, I can't imagine there's anything worse for a fighter than to see your promoter do this shit. Go train the other guy, the guy you hate the most. You know what I mean? But
yeah, and that's the point I'm making. That's the exact point I'm making.
Shit.
I mean, Floyd knows that Tank and Devin Haney can't stand one another. So why? I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know.
The other thing I thought is maybe it's just some weird kind of crazy motivation, but that's a little bit. I've never seen anybody try to motivate their fighter like that. But maybe he's just trying to motivate him in some way or something. I don't know. I don't know. Get some interest. It's given more interest to this fight between those two guys. That's for sure, right? I mean, it did it. It was. Where was that video? Was that on Fight Hype?
But I don't know if it's really giving a lot of interest in terms of Devin Haney fighting Gervonta. I think people are more so talking about Gervonta not being disciplined and he should be out there, and Devin Haney. See, the spin that people are putting on it is Devin Haney's out there being trained by the great Floyd Mayweather, and Gervonta is not taking advantage of the situation, and he should be out there training, soaking up that knowledge. But it's that type of spin that's out here when it's really it's more to it. Like Stacy said, it's a lot going on with this that has nothing to do with boxing.
Yeah, that's clear.
You know,
that's clear.
So I mean, who knows? I mean, obviously there's a problem going on, and it needs to be worked out. And, you know.
Yeah, John, you mentioned something a while ago. You know, you said you couldn't imagine seeing Floyd walk in the ring with Devin Haney, and he's getting ready to fight Tank Davis. That'll never happen. That will never happen. Floyd is a winner. Floyd has always been a winner. And Floyd knows he walking there with Devin Haney, and he gonna fight Tank Davis. Devin Haney gonna get his ass beat. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
So he ain't going up and down. Even for that reason alone, he's not gonna do it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I just was imagining what would happen if that they did that walk. That'd be pretty uncomfortable, man. Be some uncomfortable stuff going on.
Yeah,
in that
like Stacy said, Floyd ain't doing that. Now he'll put these little videos out and do little stuff here and there, but he ain't walking in that ring with on fight night, walking in the ring with Tank Davis's opponent. He ain't doing that.
No, that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah,
Nope.
for sure.
All right, well, hey, that was another good show, and that brings us to the end of tonight's show, and we'll see you guys next week. Take it easy, Stacy. Take me out of here, John.